Here is the cover of Little Ditch, the Black River Canal, and that is a film by R. David White and his son Matthew White, narrated by Michael Doyle, who's been a guest on this show. And it's all about the canal that is getting more famous as time goes by, the Black River Canal. And it mostly, if somebody wants to just go to Rome, RD, and get on the Black River Boulevard and just go up to Boonville, they're basically doing the route of the Black River Canal, are they not?
Your Route 46 runs right alongside the canal and over top of it in places, so it winds right up through the Boonville Gorge along with the canal.
And I think I'm just so impressed that the work that those workmen did, you can still see it. I mean, you can get right up to those locks and look, and those foundations are still in excellent shape, man.
Yeah, it is amazing to think about. You know, this is before big machinery. These men had to dig it by hand. A lot of them were Irish laborers coming over to the country from the potato famine in Ireland, and they were employed by the state, and a lot of them stayed in the area afterwards. But yeah, they had to dig it by hand. They had to build the locks. They had to cut the stone. It was an amazing engineering feat.
And you also had, besides those locks that had to be built with those massive stones, and you can get an idea of it just because you can get up so close to those locks today if you want to walk up from like Pixley Falls State Park. In addition to that, there were bridges to be built and aqueducts.
Yep, you had to have bridges for roads, for farm. They built bridges just for farmers who needed to get over the canal because it ran right through their farmland. And you know, aqueducts, you needed those to go over other waterways, and of course there are aqueducts that are just used to make sure that extra water is dispersed. Otherwise the canal would just raise, and of course the boat would just go off the side of the bank.
In fact, that water supply, RD, that was really, wasn't it, if I recall my history correctly, what the state was interested in was getting water down to the Erie Canal. And wasn't using the Black River Canal for goods and transportation kind of after that fact?
Yeah, that was really a secondary consideration. The water for the Erie was the main reason for the Black River Canal, and actually that reason when they built the barge canal would be sort of the end of the Black River Canal, because they would put in the two big reservoirs, Delta and Hinckley, were both built for the barge canal, and that kind of reduced the importance of the Black River Canal.
Yeah. Did passengers, RD, use canal boats to go up north, or was it mostly goods?
It was pretty much freight. You see a packet boat in the video, but they generally weren't the kind of boats that went on the Black River Canal. That just happens to be the only boat that you can film today that's still being used.
Is that boat that you're referring to the boat that you photographed, Erie Canal
Village? Erie Canal Village in Rome, yes.
Okay. And Ken Clark. Ken Clark is interviewed during the movie. Talk about him.
Well, Ken Clark's family goes back to the time of the canal. And in fact, there's a portion of the Boonville Gorge called Clark's Gorge. And that is named after Ken Clark's family, who had quite a few family members that ran several locks on the canal. And he grew up on the canal while it was in operation. So he really was a great interview, because this is somebody that grew up when the canal boats were still going by, the canal was still being used. So he added that first person perspective.
What part? I'm curious. What part of the canal would have been called Clark's?
You know what? I'm going to let RD answer that.
Actually, Clark's Gorge was a side gorge to the Boonville Gorge, so it wasn't the part with the canal in it, but it was near Lock 35.
Which is about where?
Halfway between Northwestern and Boonville.
Okay. And how many, RD, how many locks were there on the canal?
Well, in all, there were 109 from Rome to Lyons Falls, and that actually doesn't include 3 extra ones that somehow get missed in the count, because they put 2 in the Black River itself near Lowville, one at Otter Creek and one at Bush's Landing, and there's a control lock at Forestport, and those three somehow don't get in the count of 109, but there were more locks with 109 in the Black River Canal than there are along the entire length of the Erie Canal.
Yeah. In just a couple seconds that we have left, there's a good view of some locks north of Boonville. In fact, you can pull over. There's a little rest area over there. And what is that called? Is that called the Combines?
Well, 4 combines. They're in between where Route 12 splits near the county line between Oneida and Lewis County.
Yeah, yeah. Tell people again where the, and we left one off the list, where the DVD is available, Matt?
Here in Utica, it's at the Oneida County Historical Society and also through North Country Books. Or if you're in Boonville, the Black River Canal Museum, or if you're in Syracuse, the Erie Canal Museum. It's also available online on Amazon.com and Target.com and through our company, FourthCoastProductions.com.
Well, good luck with the DVD. You tell a great story.
Thank you.
That's going to do it for this week, but we'll be back next week, and we'll do it all again. And between now and then, you can visit with me at JoeKellyOnline.com. Until next time, take care of yourself, everybody.